Sorry, I apologize. I don't have a shirt on today. I just want to try to say this thing I want to say before I leave for the day. And this is the only time I can do it, and all my clothing is in the laundry. I want to talk about art. What is the purpose of art? I think a lot of it feel like it's self-expression and creativity, and it is all those things. And I'm not going to say that what I'm saying right now is the only purpose, but I think it's one purpose, and it's a purpose that's important to me. I think the purpose of art, whether it's film, books, paintings, photography, is for the other person on the receiving end to simply open their mind. It's not about convincing someone to think a different way, or a lot of times art is used for political propaganda, for a particular purpose, and it can be effective in that way. But I don't think that's my main takeaway from viewing something. I think it's to open my mind to what are the possibilities of different perspectives and different lifestyles and different experiences in the world, and all of that is to service and cultivate your own thoughts about what life is. I think life can be incredibly simple if you want, and also incredibly complex and difficult. Different people have a different go of the whole thing, and I think art helps you just see different perspectives of how other people are living and what they're going through, and have you walk a mile in their shoes and what that feels like. And it just broadens the spectrum of the human experience. An acting teacher once said is your responsibility as an artist, and specifically as an actor, is not for it to be self-indulgent. It's for you to expose the human condition, warts and all. That can be positive, that can be negative, that can be euphoric, that can be hopeful, but it could also be incredibly dark. It could be incredibly scary and negative. But ultimately, all forms of art is someone's perspective on, a certain topic, or just plain entertainment, but it's supposed to open your mind to what are the possibilities of our experience here on this earth. I don't know what it is to be a black man in America, nor do I know what it feels like to be Kazakh in Russia. I don't know what it's like to be Chinese in Malaysia, and I also don't know what it's like to be, Indian in Korea. All of these experiences exist, and there's, in the film sense, there's small films that are, about a very slice of life, like Aftersun, where it's just an experience about a father and daughter going on a vacation. Or you can have Iron Man. And Iron Man is also still a valid experience. He's a billionaire, but he has responsibilities and he has a civic duty to do something with his life. So in that sense, I don't think you can really qualify or quantify the validity of any person's art. I hear a lot where people try to say, oh yeah, that's like lowbrow, or that's, kind of like trash. It's just like filler TV. None of it's filler. It just represents a different viewpoint of life and experience. It doesn't always have to be heavy, but it doesn't always have to be light. And there's something to gain from both. I think both sides can coexist, and there can be a conversation between the two. I think that is where the true value for me lies with art, and why I continue to watch films and go to the museum, look at paintings, and my Instagram feed is filled with photographers, because I just want to see what else is going on and how other people are living, and how that pertains to my life and informs the decisions I make, for better or worse. So, next time you go watch a film, watch something you might not normally be into and see what that's like. And then watch something you love and see what you can get out of that. But I think the whole point is for us to have a dialogue across the globe about what makes us human. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.